Yo, what is up YouTube? It's Candyman here, and today I got my new installment of Full Match Fridays here. This week it is a Modern Warfare 2 game of domination on Skid Row. During this game I use a selection of guns, but for the most part what I use is the AA-12. I use the TAR at the beginning, I use the FAMAS for part of the game, but for the main part it's the AA-12 shotgun, because shotguns are freaking amazing on this map, if you guys didn't know that. So, anyways, let's see, what should I talk about in today's commentary? I'm just gonna wing it. I don't really feel like thinking about what to talk about. I don't think that's really has a point. So, I think what I'll talk about is the NBA's, my displeasure with the NBA at the moment. For those of you who don't know, I like the Lakers. No, I'm not a bandwagon fan. I've liked the Lakers since I was like 5. I also like the Suns too. I know it's kind of weird, but I like Phoenix and LA. I've liked them both since I was a little kid. So you really can't argue with me on this here that I'm a bandwagoner and I should just shut up. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous that for the guys that haven't heard and that know who all these people are. Chris Paul was supposed to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. In exchange, it was a 3-team trade. Chris Paul was going to go to the Lakers. The Houston Rockets were going to get Pau Gasol, and then the New Orleans Hornets, which is the team that Chris Paul's currently on, and they're also owned by the league. All the 29 other owners chipped in to buy the Hornets. When the Hornets owner, I think he did either died or sold the team, I don't remember. But they all chipped in and bought the Hornets together. And they said when they bought the Hornets that it will just operate like any other team and the GM will be free to make trades just like any other franchise. But as we find out, Stern really has lost his mind. Because in this game, not in this game, oh my god, in the NBA, so the trade, I already explained, Paul to the Lakers, would have been Gasol to the Rockets, and then the Hornets actually, I think, got the best end of this trade because they got Lamar Odom, Luis Scola, who's one of the best offensive post players in the game. Odom, a playoff experienced forward who could play either 3 or 4. Goran Dragic, who's got a lot of potential, a lot of upside, and then they got somebody else. Forgot who else they got, but it was somebody that was pretty good. But yeah, so I think, and then so this trade goes through. It says in pending legal approval, but this has never happened before. No one even thought that it was. I didn't even think it was possible to block a trade until this happened. So we find out it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm just kind of chilling out, kind of pretty happy that the Lakers got Chris Paul today, and bragging to my friend that's a Celtics fan about how we're gonna dominate the Celtics this year. And so I get to that and I get a text message saying Chris Paul trade hits snag. Trade not expected to go through. And so I'm like, okay, well it's probably just a monetary issue. They'll figure it out. And then I get text at like I think it was 10:30 or 11 o'clock Eastern that the whatever it's called, the NBA spokesman says that the league blocked the trade for basketball reasons. What freaking basketball reasons could you have for blocking a trade? I mean, I get that you're a small market team and you hate the Lakers because they always get all the good guys, but it's just how life is. It's like Dallas in the NBA and the Yankees and Red Sox in the MLB. It's just how life goes. You can't really control it. And as you see, David Stern's just a milquetoast now. He's not a man. He's a freaking milquetoast. He's lost his mind. First I guess the fixing games wasn't his fault. He didn't really know about it, but he should have been figuring something was up with the bad calls that Donahue would make. So really, this is even more tarnishing to the NBA than the Donahue scandal, in my opinion. Blocking a trade that was actually a pretty legitimate trade. I would have taken it if I was an NBA GM. I mean, obviously, Chris Paul is not going to stay in New Orleans as a free agent. That's pretty clear, unless New Orleans goes out and acquires a bunch of championship pieces. Then this trade was actually. I thought it was going to make the Hornets better than just having Chris Paul. I mean, yeah, they have Chris Paul, like clearly, but if you think about it, they're gonna get Lamar Odom, Scola, Goran Dragic, a first round pick, and there's something else somebody else, and I keep forgetting him. And so I think the Hornets actually got the best end of the trade because that made them they got them a bunch of championship pieces. So to be honest with you, I have no clue why they would block the freaking trade. Like, I don't know who they think they are. I'm just kidding, but like it's just ridiculous, in my opinion. So I get that text message at 11 o'clock, and I just go to bed. I was watching the Steelers and the Clowns on NFL Network, and that was the time when Antonio Brown, who's on my fantasy team, LOL, got 79-yard touchdown catch. So thanks, Antonio. So yeah, I got that. So I'm just like, all right, this game's over. I'm going to bed. Right as I'm about to go to bed, get that text message. So I'm pretty pissed. I'm pissed pretty much all day, and I go home on ESPN and read the articles about it. And everybody else agrees with me. I thought, really, David Stern, you're a fucking milquetoast. Just get the fuck out of here, fucking pussy. Well, I mean, why would you give in to the owners? I mean, I get that you report to the owners, but you run the league. You don't see Goodell. I mean, there's not been many blockbuster trades in the NFL in a while, especially since Goodell took over. But I don't think you'd be seeing Goodell if, let's say, the Patriots trade Tom Brady to Buffalo. Or no, let me try and think of a good example here. If the if the Colts traded Peyton Manning before he got hurt, and right after a Super Bowl win or something, if they traded him to Dallas, or like a Dallas or a Pittsburgh or somebody, a team that always has won historically, I don't think we'd see Goodell veto that trade. In the MLB, I don't think anybody, if they traded Albert Pujols, obviously this is a pretty messed up one because he just signed with the Angels, so let me think here. Small market team is a really good player. I think of that. Let's see, small cities. If they traded Hanley Ramirez to New York for, no, Miami's a big market. If they here's a good example. If they traded Troy Tulowitzki to the New York Yankees or the Boston Red Sox, I don't think we'd see Bud Selig getting all over the place and flipping shit about it. Even though Bud Selig is just like David Stern, he's lost his fucking mind. I don't think we'd see Bud Selig veto a trade like that. And what's the other major sport? And in the NHL, I know a lot of you guys don't follow it if you don't live up north, but let's say the Penguins trade Sidney Crosby. Pittsburgh's not the biggest city, so if they traded Sidney Crosby to the Rangers, or I guess a good example, Sidney Crosby manipulating the Penguins out of his contract to go to play for the Rangers or something. So that's what it's all about. Paul and Howard, they're both going to leave their small market teams at the end of the season. There's no question about that. You cannot debate that. They are obviously going to leave unless their teams miraculously build a championship pieces again, which I doubt they're going to do because they've given them like 7 years to do that, and they still haven't. So, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Triple kill. But yeah, so comment down below if you guys follow the NBA and what you guys think about the league blocking this trade, because clearly there's more than just my opinion about it. I'm sure if you're a Celtics fan or a fan of, like, I don't even know, the Clippers, fucking Clippers, teams like that are small market teams that you find it absolutely disgusting that the big market teams always get the best players, then comment down below and tell me that. I don't really care. I care about your opinion, but if you're gonna leave hate comments, don't even bother. I'll either delete them, come up with a very clever response to them, or just ignore them. So, comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Peace.